How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC. It is a beautiful, chilly autumn Saturday here in New Hampshire. I have a ton of fun stuff to show you guys today, and just for a little hint, a little sneak peek. Whoop, whoop. What is that? We don't know yet. Guys, Case Knives has sent me a huge box of really fun stuff, so we're gonna go through that today. But before we get started, I wanna talk about this little guy here from Josh Francis. And because I know everyone's gonna ask about it, we're gonna talk about the jacket real quick, because this is a very hot topic lately. Jackets, waxed canvas jackets. We're all about it lately. This one is from Flint and Tinder. Well, technically I ordered it from huckberry.com, but it was made by Flint and Tinder. It's a waxed canvas jacket. It's flannel lined. Hopefully you can see that. And I'll just kind of bring you guys down for 1 second to show you what it looks like. It's just a waxed trucker jacket. It's water and wind repellent, really rugged and durable. I've had it for a little over a year now, I think. And I really enjoy it. It's awesome for these chilly days where maybe you're a little more active and you don't need a ton of insulation, but you just need to stay warm. And it's also really rugged and durable, so I like wearing it at work because the dogs are jumping all over you and it doesn't rip from their claws. Also, many people have been like, Erica, why do you wear a hat all the time? This is why, because my hair is very curly and very crazy, but you guys have been asking me to stop wearing a hat on occasion, so here you go. Here's the afro. It's curly and crazy. Let's get into the fun stuff here. So we're gonna go over this knife that just came in from Josh Francis over at KnifeGuy Mods. This is one that we've been working on for a little while. It's finally complete. And then we're gonna go over some insanely cool stuff that Case Knives sent me, because to be honest, I've worked with a whole bunch of companies, but not in terms of them just like sending me stuff to use for fun, really. And I very, very rarely review knives for companies because they tend to want me to sugarcoat things or to beat around the bush, and I'm just not going to do it. So you really don't see me do that a lot. But there were no strings attached from Case. They actually asked me to be very raw and organic and to keep doing what I'm doing. So I was like, yeah, I will take advantage of that opportunity. So before we get into the Case knives, I mean, this is a Case knife, but before we get into the package from Case, this came in yesterday, and this is from Josh Francis. I had hinted at a knife that he was making for me that was maybe a little spooky themed, a little Halloween themed. We were naming her Wednesday, and this is her, guys. Wednesday has arrived. She is a beaut. So this is, I believe, it's called Mocha Especial G-Carta. Very, very cool. And then we have black and orange G10 liners to give it the spook factor. Bam! And this is a carbon steel Case Sodbuster Jr. He did put the half stop in there, which is a nice little mod that he does. Nice and snappy, but there's something very different about this one. You cannot see, but this is running on phosphor bronze washers. We are toying around with the idea of throwing washers into the Sodbuster Juniors. Now, we have two ideas of how to go about this. The first one is just sandwiching the washers in between the blade and the G10 liners. That is what we are utilizing in this. We do have another idea of nesting the liners, or not nesting the liners, nesting the washers into the liners, which we're working on right now on a different Sodbuster, and we're going to see which one works better, because this is very similar to the old timer Bruin that I have. The washers are basically just sandwiched into that knife, but we are also going to try to nest them into the liners and keep them fixed in there and see if there's any difference in performance or durability, anything like that. So these are just sandwiched in here. But we have a very snappy knife, no blade play in any direction at all, no gapping. Okay, beautiful fit and finish, completely rock solid. Half stop is very, pronounced, nice and snappy on the close. We are a hair off center, but not too bad at all, and that kind of just happens when you're doing a lot of things by hand. Sometimes the knives are not completely centered. This is Very cool though. I really like how it fills the hand. It's the same thickness as the Delrin Sodbuster Juniors from Case, so it's pretty thick, but it feels very filling in hand, extremely comfortable. Everything about this is, you know, perfect as my other two knives from Josh are. I have the Slater and the Blue Jane. Now we have the Wednesday, and I'm honestly loving it. I know everyone's going to be instantly thinking, is there a difference in performance and action and feel between the washers and not having the washers? Yes, right off the bat, there is a difference. You can tell it's just a little more snappy. The action feels more smooth. I've mentioned in prior videos that when you're running G10 liners, it can feel a little bit mushy. It's not terrible. It's nothing that's really bothersome. It makes the knife very lightweight and you don't even notice it's there. But you can feel the difference on this one with the washers right away. It's just snappy and it has zero mush factor. So very, very cool having the washers implemented into this design. I instantly love it. We are going to be testing this all month. I will be carrying this for the entire month of November along with another knife that I will show in a different video that you guys are gonna lose your minds over. But this one is absolutely incredible so far, and the washers are making a world of a difference. I really, really like it. And I just think that this whole package looks so cool with the kind of faded orange and black right on the G Carta, but then you flip it and you've got that really bold, pronounced, vibrant pop of the orange and black G10. I just think it looks fantastic. So if you're interested in this, I will link Josh down in the description below. He goes by KnifeGuy Mods. He's on Instagram over at KnifeGuy_2112. He's a really good guy. He's based in New York. He's doing all of this on his own. I really like his work. This is called Wednesday if you want one, after Wednesday Addams from the Addams family. It's just a little spooky, a fun little thing, but we are testing that this month. It's riding today in a Richter Knives slip. Go check out Michael Richter. He does all the leather work for the channel. He's the world's best leather worker. We want him doing it full time by the end of the year, so hit up Michael Richter over at Richter Knives. I will put his YouTube down in the description below, and his Instagram goes by the same name. Now, let's get into this package from Case Knives. It's not going to be an unboxing because I don't do unboxings on the channel. They're just kind of cheesy to me. I do have the knives still in the boxes so that I can show you what the packaging looks like, but we're not going to be like cutting open the box and pretending we haven't looked at this and played with them already. Okay, guys? So John over at Case Knives contacted me on Instagram. He basically said he really liked that I was showcasing Case Knives. He liked that I used them and actually put them to work like our grandfathers used to. He likes the raw organic flow of the channel, and he asked if he could send a little box of goodies along to test and try out and check out on the channel. I had no idea what was going in the package. He actually asked if he could send some slip joints and then some of their new modern folders. I felt that that was really a lot, so I actually asked him not to send any modern folders and to not put too much in. Just give me like a couple, you know, Soddys or anything in carbon steel really, and I'll be happy. But we don't have to go with the modern folders and we don't have to go overboard. So I really was blindly going into this. I had no idea what was in the box. It just got here yesterday. First, we got a whole bunch of these little cards showing the anatomy of a case knife, all of the different blade shapes, a bunch of cool stickers. He basically put 2 of every sticker in. Really cool. You know, I love stickers. They go on my knife box. This is a little laminated card that has all the handle materials, measurements, the stamps, what they mean, the history, and then the anatomy of a case knife. He sent a whole bunch of these along. Very, very cool. I haven't even thoroughly looked through these yet, but I need to. Georgia Adventurer, Randy, if you're watching this and you don't have one of these, I'll hit you up and send you some because I know you're obsessed with case knives. If you don't have one of these little guys, I'll send you one, okay? He also put in a nice little towel that you can work on. I like this because I can lay this out and work on my knives on that. Nice little water bottle here. We've got 2 hats and one of them is freaking hilarious. 2 trucker hats. One of them has a bottle opener integrated into the brim. That's really funny to me. And then we have 4 incredible knives. One of them I'm sure you've never seen before. So let's get into those. First, we have a carbon steel. Okay, carbon steel. mahogany bone peach seed jig Sodbuster Jr. in carbon steel. I have looked at the knives already, guys, so that's why they're not in their little tissue paper, but there we have it. This is a carbon steel mahogany Sodbuster Jr. These are bone covers, absolutely gorgeous. Really funny he sent this along because I actually already have one. However, I was filming about it yesterday. No, not yesterday. A couple days ago, and I dropped it on the driveway and chipped the bone covers. So really funny how the universe works. Sent me a new one. It's absolutely, perfect. Beautiful fit and finish. Were these hand-picked for me? I'm sure they were. I can't help that. Absolutely beautiful fit and finish on this. So that'll get a really nice patina. Next, we have another carbon steel. So this one is a pocket-worn one. So we have a red box. And this is a pocket-worn gray bone crandall jig Sodbuster Jr. in carbon steel. This is one that a lot of people have been looking at. A lot of people bought. And it was never on my radar, really, because I have carbon steel jig bone Sodbuster Juniors already. But then I got this in hand and I was like, oh, man. This makes me just about as excited as going to your mama's house on a Wednesday. This is gorgeous. Look at that. I feel like the brass just really pops on this because the gray of the bone is so dark and subtle. Everything on this just really pops. Again, beautiful fit and finish, perfectly centered, absolutely stunning. And it will get a really gnarly patina because it is in carbon steel. Really, really pretty. These are great knives because they're full-size usable knives. Like, check that out. Full-size usable knife, paper thin carry. You can't get any thinner than this. You cannot get any thinner in a usable form factor than one of these thin Sodbuster Juniors from Case. These just melt in your pocket and you literally open it up and it's a full-size knife. It's absolutely incredible. That's why I love these so much, because on days like today where I have to go leave soon and help my friends move, I don't want to be bogged down with a bunch of stuff when I'm going to be going up and down flights of barn stairs, but I still have a full-size knife on me. This one is antique bone Rogers corncob jig Sodbuster Jr. in stainless steel. So this is in their True Sharp. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. I've had this one before and I actually sent it as a gift to my friend Steve up in Maine, Pine Tree EDC. He was just getting into traditionals and he wanted to try one out and I just sent it along for free to him as a gift. And now, go figure, the universe is like, hey, I know you liked that one, so let me send it back to you. So this is a little bit of a different jig pattern. It's called corn cob. It literally looks like a corn cob. Very beautiful, stunning knife. Looks really good. Very antique looking, old school. Very pretty. And of course it's in the True Sharp stainless. Beautiful fit and finish again. If Case could do this every time, I'd be a happy girl. You've never seen this before, I'm sure, unless you're on Instagram and you follow Case. This is not something you have seen. So this is a stainless steel Case Sodbuster Jr., but it's in vintage bone and it's PVD coated. I didn't even know these existed. This is gonna blow your mind. So they just released these yesterday. They put them on the site, and this has a black PVD coating to help assist in the resistance of scratches and abrasions and staining on your blade. Granted, it is stainless steel, but this just gives a little extra protection against those scratches. Check that out. What the hell? So this is one of those thicker ones that they offer. This is about as thick as Wednesday, I would say. It's also as thick as the Delrin Sodbuster Juniors, so the thickest type of Sodbuster Junior you can get from Case. Very thick covers, and these are in vintage antique bone. They're absolutely gorgeous. I've never had a Case knife with that shield before. I believe that's the same shield that they run on those black jig bone ones with the S35VN blade steel. This is incredible. Fit and finish is gorgeous on this. The covers, in my opinion, are pretty darn close to even and the same thickness. We just have a little bit of a flare on this side. You can see it kind of dips in and then flares out there, and it doesn't on that side, but the rest of it is very even in my opinion. And these are slabs of bone. Look at that. So let's bring in a normal stainless steel blade real quick, just so you can see kind of what the black looks like compared to their normal. See the difference? It's shiny. It's very shiny, but you can see this one's black and this one's silver. So this really cool coating that they're running on it, they're trying it out. Razor sharp, man. This thing is crazy. This is just gorgeous. I just think this is so beautiful, and I really like that they're throwing a little bit of a modern twist on an old school knife. Like, this just looks like something your grandfather would have in his house, but then they put the PVD coating on it, and it just gives it this like dark flare that is so badass, and it matches the shield. Very, very cool new offering from Case. Just gorgeous. Perfect centering, perfect fit and finish on this. Again, hand picked for me, I'm sure, but I'm appreciating that. I've gotten a lot of Case knives with pretty horrible fit and finish, so I'm just gonna take it as a gift. That's what I got from Case, though. I'm really excited specifically about the PVD coated blade. I'm very curious to test this. I'm going to run this, through the works, put it through its paces, see how that coating holds up. It is the same coating as my Victorinox Spartan that I have with the black blade. It's the same type of deal, and it seems very durable from what I've had experience with. So we will test this as well. We're going to test all of these. John over at Case, thank you again so much for sending this stuff. I'm very picky about who I work with so that I can stay raw and organic on my channel. And as long as I don't have to lie and say that things are cool when they're not, I'm a happy girl. And he specifically told me to just be myself and tell the truth. So I'm really excited about all the stuff that came in from Case. We're going to be testing all the Sodbuster Juniors. We're going to be testing Wednesday. And then on the next video that I have for you guys, we're going to be looking at something absolutely insane from Steve Kalari over at Kalari Custom Knives. He is really doing some wild stuff. So I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. And I will see you on the next video. I love you guys so much. Take care.